So, good evening and welcome to the Sit Chat program, which I have volunteered for the last 1 year. It's a program under the banner of Startup Ignition team with the purpose of trying to see in what way we can give a platform for our members to showcase their wisdom, talent, and experience so that others can make use of that on one side. And on the other side, for startups like Manoj's, to really understand your startup so that we can see in what way the SIT community can help you in growing further. That's the basic objective. So let me just share a few slides on this and then I'm done. I hand it over to you, Manoj. Uh, there you go. I think you can see my slide. So the
Yes.
basic idea is that we do this every Thursday for the last 1 year. And during this chat, we speak about various topics. Here you have got the Zoom meeting ID. In case you want to join in directly, please do that. These are the various topics on which we talk about assessing the market size, scaling up a business, maintaining focus over time, finding potential investors, business planning, funding options and strategies, etc. And as well to showcase a startup as a pitch for the startup. Now, we have been doing this with basically people who are experienced and wise in their respective areas. However, we recommend that you consult your trusted advisors and confidants before you really implement whatever insight you may have generated from our show, mainly because what you hear and what you implement, there will be a big difference and there some handholding will be required so that whatever insight you have generated will benefit you instead of creating an adverse impact. With that brief introduction, today's chat is on the see, there is a small hitch here. Yeah, today's chat is on a logistics startup called as Exeed Logistics with a mission to deliver wow at every stage. That is something which inspired me, and that's how I use this as a title. And this would be shared by Manoj, who is the founder of this startup. And before I hand over to him, I'll stop my sharing here and introduce myself very briefly. My name is Dinakar Murthy Krishna, as I'm known. I have been working in Bosch for 26 years before I started mentoring, consulting, and coaching companies. And since almost about 10 years, I've been helping companies improve their performance and grow. With that brief introduction, over to you, Manoj, to help us understand your startup, and then let us see what way we can help you scale it up. Please take over.
Thank you, Dinakar ji, and thank you, everyone. I hope you are all doing well. I am excited to be here today to share a bit about Exeed Logistics, our logistics services startup, and how we can help meet your logistics business needs. So I'll share my screen.
Please go on. And also you can please introduce yourself a little about your background and what made you come to Exeed.
Sure. So I have been in this industry for the past 18 plus years. I have started working with FedEx and then I moved on to TNT, both were an MNC. Then I worked for a domestic leader into this category of business called First Flight Couriers. I was handling their international operations. And then my string started with startups, starting with a company called Exeed Logistics. They were primarily moving only precious goods and articles. Then I joined another startup called Critical Log, where I was responsible for developing and setting up operations for western part of India. That was from the ideation stage till growth stage. I worked there. Then I joined another startup called H&S Supply Chain Services. H&S Supply Chain basically wanted to set up last mile delivery hubs for wide body goods of Flipkart in remotest locations of India. So in a span of just 3 to 4 months, we had developed and set up 32 such locations in remote locations of Bihar, Gujarat, Maharashtra, and Telangana. So after working for startups, we again there was one startup that I had joined but that was a collaborated startup. Me and one of my business heads has started it together, but it did not work, and hence I had to quit. And again, I joined one more startup, but there also things were not moving properly, and hence I thought, why should not I start something on my own. So that is how Exeed Logistics was started in January 2023. We registered in January 23, but we started operations from April 23. And this is the journey for me in this particular industry. So hopefully I can move forward, Dinakarji.
Manoj, can
Yeah,
you
please
go
go.
to slide mode? Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, sure. So we are a technologistics company. We with over 20 years of experience, we provide a wide range of logistics services tailored to effectively satisfy our customers' budget and delivery requirements. So we have been providing air transportation services as well as surface transportation services. And in both the transportation modes, we also provide express service and economy service. Express service are basically for expected delivery options with comes with a guaranteed timelines. And economy services are cost effective without any compromise on the quality. And these are also for perfect non-urgent shipments. In deliveries, we provide end-to-end delivery solutions. It covers the entire supply chain stages. We also have a very niche offering that is called forward or strategic stocking locations. These are basically 100 to 500 square feet, ideal for storing fast-moving goods, which ensures timely fulfillment of just-in-time requirements, and ultimately it lowers the logistics cost and the time. We also have 2-hour and 4-hour rush delivery services. These are prompt and reliable service for critical deliveries within a range of 30 to 40 kilometers from your pickup location. Till date, we have delivered 15,000 consignments, valuing around 145 crores with an OTIF performance of 91%. And we are currently servicing 19,000 pin codes across India. Along with our normal standard delivery solutions, we also provide specialized solutions like next flight out. So next flight out is basically any consignment that is to be delivered urgently. So we connect it on direct flights, and it is a super rush order, and it is delivered immediately upon arrival. There is a 2 p.m. special service also, which is a next day 2 p.m. Delivery service. These are also for urgent orders, wherein just-in-time requirement is needed, so that anything in terms of adding value to your product is being carried out effortlessly. There is an hand carry service provided, which is an immediate secure delivery, and this is done by our dedicated personnel. So we also offer return and repair services. Along with specialized services, any value-added services that might be required, we provide customization in that too. But as of now, in value-added services, we provide signed DC delivery, wherein the consignment at the time of delivery, the signature and the PODs taken on the invoice or the delivery challan along with our PODs. So these signed delivery challans are usually required by your buyer whenever they are releasing your payment. So there are certain requirements as such which we cater to. White glove delivery service is for very high value products which are basically delivered to HNIs and other wealthy people. These deliveries are done by our specially trained and presentable delivery staffs. The third value-added service we provide is open delivery, wherein certain consignments at the time of delivery are required to be opened, checked, and scrutinized in terms of its condition before accepting the delivery. These are a few of our services. In terms of technology, we have integrated solutions available. So there is an efficient API integration with effortlessly manages your system with our systems, and so that you can schedule your bookings, access real-time tracking of the consignments. It is a robust API that enables efficient retrieval and synchronization of shipment data. We also have our website, which is very intuitive in terms of experience. You can track, book, and sync with ease using our website. You can also check orders, bulk orders, and seamlessly synchronize the shipment data here too. We also have our WhatsApp in place, wherein you can receive regular package updates, track shipments, check that, check pin codes, and also get quotes. These all are everything on the go. So this is analytical dashboard which we are developing as of now. It might we are targeting to release it by the mid of June. And this also is a self-help kiosk wherein customers can have a very valuable insight in terms of the trends and patterns of the delivery times, the shipments, their delivery timelines or the TAT, and they can also have a trend on which are the volume locations that they are sending, or which are the volume customers they are servicing through us. This will also give a self-help module wherein customers can in terms of rescheduling or canceling their orders or managing their RTOs, it will be seamlessly possible through this self-help kiosk. In terms of logistic, in terms of our internal operations, we have developed our own ERP, which is in-house developed. This unlocks parallel efficiency with our tailored ERP system. This streamlines internal operations for operational excellence. We also are developing this, again will be delivered in the month of June, mid June. So this mobile application is being developed. This will utilize advanced algorithms, and our app optimizes routes for real-time alerts, and it also helps us in processing error-free consignments and giving live updates to our customers. So these are some of our customers that we are servicing. These are very early stage phase customers. In manufacturing, we are providing our services to Carl Zeiss. We are providing to Grupo Antolin. These are based of Chennai and Pune. Brady is based out of Chennai, Bangalore, and Gurgaon. Across is based of Bangalore. Prova again is into flavors. They are also based out of Bangalore. In healthcare, we are providing services to Nokak, Thyrocare, Clevergene, Biomedics, and Kindly Health. In energy, we are providing to Barracuda, Ammer, Arrowwire, Ample, Interactive. In EdTech, luxury, and other industries, we are providing to Educati, Prep My Skills, Bizotica, and Tranquil. So I just wanted to present you one case study with which we helped our customer to reduce their logistics cost by 32%. So this customer is into a healthcare and medical diagnostics. So the challenges they faced previously before using our services were their testing materials should be stored in a temperature controlled environment, which they were not able to do with their previous service provider. There were too many fluctuations. Timely delivery to their regional labs for accurate diagnostic also was not possible, and the specific temperature control temperature conditions of the shipments after pickup was also not being done properly. And they also had very compliances which were stringent to the quality standards. So what we did is we offered them our strategic stocking locations, which were near to the client facility as well as to the regional labs in Chennai, Pune, and Bangalore. We also provided them the facility to store this preservation of samples, and we provided first mile and last mile capabilities to them, which seamlessly moved not only the kits that is required for deriving the samples, but also with the other temperature control transportation requirements, and their compliance for their stringent quality standards. We controlled it with the help of technology. We gave them real-time monitoring and tracking. The temperature monitoring systems were put in place, and the GPS tracking allowed shipment visibility at every stage of the sample, from sample derivation to diagnostics. And this resulted for the customer, their sample condition preservation improved from 85% to 98%. The sample damages that were happening before up to 8%, that was completely nil, and their logistics cost hence was brought down to 32%. And this also enhanced customer satisfaction with timely deliveries to regional labs. So this is one case study that I wanted to present, where we reduced the logistics cost by 32%. These are some of our testimonials that our customers has given. So this include Mr. Rohit from Rosenberg, Miss Vidya from Prep My Skills, Murtaza from Advanced Engineering, Benson from Tranquil, George from Barracuda Networks. There are so many, but everything we cannot put in here. So it is limited with only these 6 testimonials as of now. Yeah, that's it about Exeed Logistics. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Manoj. Really very inspiring. I really was quite impressed with your slide, which shows 19,000 pin codes. Can you just go to that slide?
Sure. Yeah.
See here, you are telling 19,000 pin codes from last year to now. You're about 1 year old, right?
Correct.
So in 1 year to have reached the entire country, because India has about 19,000 pin codes. That's a remarkable job, is it? I should really
India is
congratulate you.
actually 20,266 pin codes as of now.
Huh.
But this also has few pin codes which are not existent. This had been uploaded in the Google by some people here and there. But
No,
those
but servicing 19,000 out of that is really outstanding, in 1 year.
yes,
It's really
thank you.
fantastic. My hearty congratulations to you. I only want to know how did you achieve such a high ramp up? It's really phenomenal. That's the story which you need to talk about. It's not
Yes.
about your cost reduction, because if you are able to ramp up from 0 to 19,000 servicing pin codes within 1 year, that in my opinion is something phenomenal. It's really disruptive. How did you
Yeah.
go about doing it? What is that story all about? How did it happen?
So this all was because of my previous experience that helped Dinakar in this. So basically, in the past 3 startups that I worked for, I've been handling the field operations there predominantly. So I had very good exposure in terms of developing vendors, developing business associates, and developing my middleman and last mile vendors as well. So what we do currently is we are physically, our own offices are available in 10 cities across India. That is including metros in tier 1 locations. But other locations we have tied up with our business associates with whom we have been working for quite a long time, and they are trusted, and they are trained well too. And over and above, our technology also is being leveraged to them, with which we have complete visibility of our consignments. So that is how we are able to cater to 90,000 pin codes.
Yeah, but how some way of really what should I say? Because it's something which is like a dream. I can't believe it. Okay, if to be very frank, I can't believe it. So my only question is how can you how can you give? Are there any case examples? Where for example, let us say if you were the main service provider, you could have been the main service provider for Government of India to distribute vaccines to the entire country. Then it's a fantastic testimonial, right? There's nothing else required, and with that, you can really capture the market left and right. So my question is, what are such success stories which you have, where you really took one client and then expanded to, for example, that 32% cost reduction which you said, that delivery was for how many pin codes? Because again, there it was about collecting samples. I would imagine it was some healthcare or something like that, or
correct. It was a healthcare company to diagnostics.
So from how many pin codes did you collect the samples, and how many pin codes were involved? If you say that there, look, 30,000, 3,000 pin codes were involved, that's something wow.
No, that was very limited to only within city pickup and deliveries.
Within city. Okay.
So that was only at Chennai, Pune, and Bangalore.
Okay. So here, my only question is, maybe you may not have prepared that, but you need to really look at trying to see how, because moment I see this slide, from a corporate perspective, I'm telling you, I would first be challenged that it is not true. It is not possible to such a for such a ramp up in such a long time, such a short time. Therefore, I would first see, logistics is all about trust, right? I'm trying to give my products to you. So unless the logistics provider is somebody who is trustworthy, I would not go ahead with him. You understand? In a
Very true,
company.
very true. Yeah.
So if I was just sitting and watching as if I am the plant manager of a company, which I did. I did those roles, plant manager, BU head, and all that. If somebody presented to me this, the first thing I would say is this guy is simply fooling around. No
No,
point
so
in going
this
ahead.
by
So
presenting this 19,000.
no. So hold on. So
Yeah.
what my I would like to take it in the positive sense. I want to say that look, if you have done 19,000, then take that as the core differentiator, nothing else. And that's the capacity, because to ramp up so fast is a huge challenge. It's not possible at all. It's impossible. So if you have been able to do that, take that as the core differentiator. Then the
Sure,
story
sure.
changes fully.
Right. Understand.
That's what I want.
So let me explain this, Dinakarji. So basically, presenting 19,000 pin codes means that we are capable to manage the 19,000 pin codes across India. It doesn't mean that. So that is why very precisely we have mentioned servicing pin codes. So we can provide service to these pin codes, but from the date we have started this, in 12 months, we have service to 3,500 pin codes.
But even then, no, even then, to be capable of building up that network within a year is remarkable.
Yes, because I have been in this industry
remarkable.
for 18 years, and for the past 12 years or so, I have been associated with startups only, wherein my primary responsibility was developing vendor networks
Understood.
across India.
Understood.
So that helped me in doing this.
Understood. Now, in terms of your key differentiators, what are they? Can you just
So
about
the
top
key
three?
differentiators are basically we provide an organized service at an organized competitive price. So that is the key differentiator we call ourselves. So basically, into in Indian logistics scenario, the industry is segmented into organized and unorganized or semi-organized. So 20% of the market is captured by these organized players, and rest 80% are still managed by the unorganized or semi-organized players in India. Okay. So that is where we are saying our key differentiator will be that we will provide our services as an organized logistics service provider will do, but that will be provided with a competitive pricing that an unorganized player will provide.
Okay. So cost is the main, cost is one.
Cost and service both.
And what about the time in terms of, have you given a thought to that? Because with so much amount of technology and network, will your delivery time get reduced?
Yeah, so see, industry standard as of now for OTIF is basically on time in full. So OTIF performance that we have been consistently doing is, this is average 91% for the 12 months that we have done. And industry standards is 88%.
No, but so on time in full is based on your commitment, right? Agreed upon SLAs. I'm telling, is it possible that you can think of a SLA? Have you also thought of that because of so much technology? Whether the SLA itself can have a better condition than a competitor in terms of the duration that you take for any transport?
Yes, so we have done this in terms of our air. It is very kind of tight tats that we have committed to the customer, and we have been able to fulfill that also. But surface, which is very kind of diverse, right? And it is also dynamic when you speak about surface transportation. So our commitment to our customers were 88% on-time deliveries, but we were able to deliver 91% on-time deliveries to our customer. And we have seen also cases wherein if our commitment for metro to metro was 5 days, we were able to deliver in 4 days also.
Okay. Understood.
Yeah.
And before I hand over to Sagar, one more small compliment on this slide. You say 15,000 delivery shipments delivered, right? And you've been 1 year old? How old are you now in terms of?
Yes, we are 1 year old.
1 year old. That means you should have delivered 50 shipments a day. That also is a huge ramp up. It's really phenomenal. If I go to the DTDC center in Bangalore, they must be getting 50 shipments from everywhere. If you go to DTDC or TNT or your Blue Dart and things like that, because if you go to the shop, they don't, in each shop, they must be getting about 5 to 6 or something like that, right?
If you are, no, it should be greater than this because the volumes are a little higher.
Okay. So there again, it's really compliment to you. There again, if you talk about what is the secret, these are all your differentiators, in my opinion. A very quick ramp up, which shows your competence in see, logistics is one is trust, second is to be able to network, find the right partner, because there are a lot of things can go wrong, right?
Very true. Yeah.
And there, if you are able to demonstrate that, look, we have been able to ramp up so fast, reach so many pin codes, you know, and that itself could be a huge differentiator. And that's my comment to you before
Sure, I'll
we
take a note of it.
before we
Yeah.
talk about the other topics. Over to you, Sagar.
Thank you,
Thank
Dinakar.
you. Thank you, Dinakar. Manoj, a very impressive presentation. Okay, and the slide that you are showing, I mean, not just about the numbers and the finer details, what Dinakar said. I would also to compliment you about the whole aesthetic part of your presentation also. It was pleasing, good. The storyline was nice. Okay, kudos.
Thank you.
And to give you a brief, I have had a great experience, or rather, great number of experience in supply chain and strategic sourcing. I have been a supply chain and strategic sourcing guy, and I know the pain in supply chain and logistics. Like Dinakar said, this particular slide is too good to believe for any supply chain guy. I mean, now later when you made one differentiation, I have delivered to 3,500 pin codes, but I have a capability of 19,000 plus pin codes. Then I surely understand that this 12 years plus or 18 years of your networking while you are in the industry has already got you established. Okay. Now, I'll come to two or three case studies. I mean, there is one particular, today what I do is I am into recruitment for manufacturing firms. Now,
Okay.
one of my client, okay, he is in a, not a remote place as such. Mandya is the place, okay,
Okay.
100 kilometers from Bangalore. There is one particular item that he needs to keep getting regularly from Pune. Now, all the logistics fellows are talking about, like you said, 3 or 4 days. But for him, is it possible? I mean, he was wondering, why can't I get it overnight? Is there somebody who can give me overnight? That too, not Pune, it is Thane. Going to picking from Thane and delivering it to me in Mandya. Now, if not one day, at least 1.5 days. Is that possible?
Yes, of course. So that is where our specialized service called NFO will come in place, NFG.
What is NFG?
So
Sorry.
NFG is whenever basically NFG as a service is being used by customers who need anything that is very urgent. So for example, let me say if there is an HDFC ATM which has broke down, it's not functioning because of some malfunctioning. Okay, so engineer visited that ATM and he said, okay, this particular chip is required. Okay, and he sends the requirement to his supply chain, and supply chain says this part is not available locally. For example, in Bangalore warehouse, it is not available. It has to be brought in from the nearest storage facility, let's say Bangalore, let's say Bombay. Okay, so they give us this requirement, and immediately after we receive this pickup request, our guy is sent directly from wherever that guy is there. If they are not available from our hub, one person goes directly to the pickup point. They pick up, collect it, do all the process on the way, and directly goes to the airport. From airport, it is corrected on a direct, immediate available flight. It landed immediately in the transit time. The information is passed on to the destination team, and they are alerted on which flight, what is the ETA, what is the ETD of that flight, that this consignment has been expected, and the destination team goes to the airport. They retrieve it immediately and they deliver it directly to the customer without having any hub and spoke model in place in between. Okay, so one more case study that I would like to bring in here. So there is one customer, I forgot the name, I think Moonlight. They were based out of Manesar in Gurgaon, and they also had the similar requirement, but this was from Gurgaon, Manesar to Mysore. So what we had done, but they had these shipments in bulk quantity. So what we had done is we had done similar arrangement, but usually in NFG also, because it is Mysore, it will have to come to our hub, and then from hub we will send it to the next transit line hall. And hence it will get delivered between 24 to 48 hours. But what we did is, because of the special request from this customer and also the volumes were there, we placed a vehicle directly at Bangalore airport to move it from Bangalore to Mysore.
Okay.
And we were able to cater to that particular requirement and deliver consistently between 16 to 24 hours for that particular requirement.
Okay. See, Manoj, when you shared your customer list, they were all like branded and big. So are you limited to those branded and big, or do you service
No, no,
both
no,
the
no.
SME sector?
We in fact, 80% of our customers, see, because why we showed branded is because people know only branded. So that is why we have included. But if you can see, there are other customers also that we have shown there, like Purvas and all. So we 80% of our customers, like in our category or customer segmentation, 80% are micro customers, which are less than 50,000 rupees revenue per month.
Okay, see now there is this difference between the logistics and the courier service, right? Now
Correct.
you are more the logist because I heard more of the logistics guy, but when you told about Thyrocare or those samples collection, that is more like a service only, right? For me, what I understand from my supply chain experience, logistics totally a different kind of work than the courier work. Am I right in my understanding?
Yes, so logistics is basically a specialized activity wherein, like courier, they will have stringent timelines, they will have strict cutoffs and everything in place.
Hmm.
But logistics, not only with pickup and delivery, they will also provide other solutions in terms of customization, any time without any time restrictions. They also provide stocking locations for certain customers. It can be big, it can be small, so everything included is kind of a logistic service, wherein couriers are just pickup and delivery service.
Okay, so you mean to say you also are a 3PL and a 4PL kind of service you provide?
So that is very a good question, Sagarji. In fact, one of our investors also asked this, and hence we told we are a 4.5 PL kind of a logistic service.
What is that? 0.5?
So basically, 3PL, they will just provide you consultation. 4PL, they will provide you delivery and pickup services, right? But we not only will consult you for your logistic requirement, we will also execute it. And that is why
Okay.
we call it as 4.5PL.
Okay, so offline, I suppose you have my number. Tomorrow we can connect offline. Probably we have
Sure,
something to
sure.
discuss for you.
We can. I will, sorry.
Yeah. So thanks a lot, Sagar. Thank you, Manoj,
Thank you,
for
sir.
that wonderful discussion. Anybody else has any question? Hemant or Milind?
No, I'm good, Dinakar.
Yeah. Okay. So I have a couple of more questions, Manoj. If you go to your other case study, which you showed the here, how many consignments are involved in this?
So in a day, we used to manage 16 to 20 consignments when we started, and it grew to 20, 25 consignments.
So total would be how many? In terms of how many total?
So in a month, 500 to 600 consignments.
So now totally how much you have done in this particular case? How many consignments were done in this case study?
So we started, I have to take that data, very appropriate data if you ask for. But
Yeah,
I
no,
think
why I'm telling this is, see, I am not really sure if I would, I would only request you to please review your presentation with somebody who is a decision maker in a large company. For example, if you go to your customer slide, you have got big names like Zeiss. Okay, Zeiss must be either in optical lenses, and then you got Anatolin, Brady, healthcare, various companies are there. Now, if you look at these companies, your case study should be coming from one of these big companies where there are big brands, right?
Yeah. So
And-
this case study is from Kindly Health, which is into healthcare.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
okay. So, but you are, I don't know what your focus is. If your focus is, you asked me to connect to manufacturing companies, right?
Correct.
So if that is
So
the
we
case,
have
then your case study should be from manufacturing companies.
correct.
Okay.
So we
And,
have that.
So when it is from manufacturing companies, it would mean the 4PL logistics, like what you said. It could be about the way your people are trained. It could be about various things. Okay. And the second thing which I would request you is based on this discussion which we had earlier, to really make the presentation more realistic or substantiate with data to make somebody feel that it is really a wow case.
Mhm.
See, you spoke about 15,000 served customers, right? And 150 crores of business. 15,000 served customers means 50 customers you're serving every day. See, last year I had the opportunity of visiting Godrej Commercial. I don't know whether you heard of that division in Godrej. Godrej is a big company in India. It's called as Godrej and Boys. They're the company which makes a lot of products in India. And
Yeah.
some of the ones which are popularly known are the furnitures and consumer electronics, consumer household goods. Okay. Now, apart from that, they do various products, aerospace, mechanical, then multiple products they do. It's a group with about 8,500 crores 8,500 crores turnover, 8,500, 10,000, little more than 10,000 crores turnover
Mhm.
per year. And they have a division within them which is called as Godrej Commercial. This Godrej Commercial basically works in primary, tertiary, secondary, and tertiary logistics for Godrej. And they do it for appliances and they do it for power tools, I think. No, appliances and furniture too. Interior and appliances, they do the logistics. And these guys have a massive setup. They have got warehouse with close to about how much? 10,000, 100,000 square meters of space, which is
Mhm.
almost 300. How much will it be into 10? 1 million square feet. 1 million square feet of warehouse space
Yes.
in about 5 to 6 locations. Okay. And the amount of business they do is phenomenal. But the shipments that they do is phenomenal. And there, I can think of numbers like 50 consignments every day, 50 to 60 shipments every day. So therefore, these numbers look to be extremely difficult for me to believe. I'm sure you would have the background data, but please see if you can get it reworked. And then also talk to some decision maker in a large company. Who is your target customer? Your target customers would be possibly the supply chain heads or the CFOs of large companies. Just get them to go through these slides and then give you a critical feedback.
Okay,
Is
sure.
my recommendation. Otherwise, for me, if I forward this to anybody, then the fellow will laugh. He would not really believe anything at all. Whoever I know. Now, having said that, I asked my last question to you. What support do you need from the SIT team, from the SIT group?
Yeah,
What
so
support would you need?
basically, the first is that if the network that is available, if they can help me get some businesses, and second thing, definitely mentoring whenever it is required, and third thing, if so we are a bootstrapped startup, Dinakarji, and if there is any provision in terms of raising funds from the network, that also is what we are looking at.
Yeah, so I will try to answer all the three questions. For the first question, business, I think it has to become a little more realistic and real. Your core differentiators should come up there.
Understand.
You have had a fantastic background. Your core differentiators and the differentiators of the startup as to what way it will add true value to the end customer should be more evident. And
Yes.
depending on the market you want to target, some case studies from that specific market without
Yeah,
naming
yeah.
the company. Okay. When I say manufacturing, for example, what I would expect is there should be a clear mention of the lead times earlier and now. How much is the lead time and how much is the inventory carrying cost because of this fast speed at which you are delivering. The overall warehouse and the stocks came down. So the inventory carrying cost came down. That's a big benefit for the manufacturing company.
Right.
And of course, the damages, demurrages, how much was it and how much is it with you? And how is your OTIF, which is equally important? And how is your reach when it comes to the deliveries? Because Godrej today operates with close to 19,000 pin codes because they got a massive setup. Godrej Commercial have internal employee strength of about 300, 400 people, and they're present in close to about 40 cities themselves in India.
Oh.
And they've got partners in almost every nook and corner, every village, they've got a partner. And you can understand when I say Godrej, you understand. And that's why
Yeah.
19,000 Godrej is something which is very easy to understand. People can believe, right? So there, if you're telling how many pin codes could you deliver with such companies, okay? Could be some metric, with some metrics, some numbers that would have credibility in your case study, okay?
Sure.
as far as manufacturing is concerned. Other sectors, similarly, we need to do that. And in terms of mentoring, see, I am a mentor, and there are other mentors also. There is the Muthu, who is a mentor from Chennai. Then we have got Ajit, who's a mentor from Bangalore. Manoj Kabre also is a mentor. So you need to just express your desire to get mentored, and there'll be a lot of people who can do that voluntary. No cost involved. Then the next is in terms of the funding. I imagine you need to rework your entire presentation as a startup pitch, and then you can send it to me. Then after that, once I am convinced, then I'll forward it to the respective people who can fund, and at the same time connect you to them. Okay.
Sure.
So there, the key which they are looking at is product. First is the proof of concept, which is not required here. Product market fit is also established. You already have customers. The key aspect here would be that you are able to generate operating profit. Then number one. Number two, that your operating profit, what you are generating, will increase because of the funding. So because of the funding, the volume will increase. Because the volume increase, your operating profit will increase. And you are able to deliver 10x return to the investor. When I say 10x return, it means if somebody gave you 1 lakh rupees today, the investor expects you to give him back 10 lakh rupees 3 years from now. That is a normal kind of a thumb rule in any startup funding. So there, if you can come up with numbers, data, whatever that you have got to convince the guys, then they will be ready to fund you. Of course, they will do their due diligence and then they'll get into the details, etc. That is later. But this is the initial premiere. If that is not done, then they would only listen to you and then possibly ask you to become a member. Again, be careful in this. A lot of accelerators in India who want you to join their acceleration program, telling that they'll get you the fund without any guarantee. Okay.
Right.
And this acceleration program will run into lakhs, or 1 to 2 lakh rupees. It will be the entire package. So you join that program, they will basically validate your concept and make you a better pitch deck and then get you some connections possibly. But in terms of funding, nothing will happen. So that will be just money down the drain. Because I've had people who have spoken to me on this, and I have told them that, look, they have said that your company is really fundable. Fantastic it is. You just come on board and you join to this mentoring program and we'll get you the funds. So I have said that you get that flow to sign, saying that if the fund is not given, then you refund my entire amount. Then I'll come. And nobody was prepared to do that. So it's you need to take it with a pinch of salt. So in SIT, it is not like that. If somebody is interested, they give it. We don't have any acceleration program or anything like that. So we will connect you to the mentors. These 3 questions answered in such a way. Now, do you have any comment on that, whatever I said?
No, sir, it's excellent that whatever feedback and suggestions that you have given, we will definitely implement it.
Okay, so before we close, then let's go to Balasubramani and then to Sagar. First, Balasubramani, please. What was your topic? Please ask.
Yeah, good evening, Dinakar.
Oh, good evening. Oh, Bala it is. Okay. I didn't get here. So Bala, by the way, Manoj, could be a very good customer for you. He is the Chief Operating Officer of Triveni Turbines. Okay, go on, Bala. Please comment, please.
Sorry, I joined a little late and also I am not able to come on screen.
No problem. Yeah, please
it's
go
a
on.
good thing, Manoj, whatever I could hear partially, it's a good thing. And I would like to, as Dinakar said, no, I would like to assure you the first request what you kept. I will seriously consider you as one of the suppliers.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir.
Okay, I am from Triveni Turbines Limited.
Sure.
So in fact, we were looking for some service like this. Though we have a big logistic team and we handle almost close to more than it is about 2% of our turnover. You can 1,700 crores. 2% is our logistics cost. So we were looking for, though we have all these things in place, we were looking for certain customer specific intervention from the logistic team. That I'll just explain for the sake of understanding of others also. Whenever we have the problems at the customer site, normally the material will have to move from the site to the either to our factory or to the vendor place for correction, and then after correction it has to go back to the customer site. So such kind of a thing we were looking at good reliable way of operating rather than relying on the current way of couriers and porters, etc., etc. So it looks quite interesting that you may fit into the thing what we were conceiving as one of the solutions. So maybe offline with Dinakar, we can have a discussion and take it forward.
Sure, sir. Sure, sir.
And another question, I don't remember who was asking, like if somebody wants overnight and all, what is the possibility and other things. I would like to share our experience. Dinakar, we used to have certain contractors.
Yeah.
In Bangalore and as well as in Hyderabad.
Okay.
Now, if I go by the normal way of sending or receiving the materials, what happens is, okay, you send it through a transporter and he takes to the central hub, then he ships, etc., etc. Finally, it reaches the other destination. There again, from hub to spoke, they have to move.
Correct.
This is what happens. So, especially in this case, it is Hyderabad. So, what arrangement we made is, there are daily night buses which are traveling to Hyderabad.
Okay.
So the fellow who is supposed to send it, the contractor, he will ensure that it is put in a particular bus.
Okay.
And at the Hyderabad, there is when they have the fixed timings. At the right time, the fellow will pick from there.
Okay.
So it is not a very conventional way, but we had two persons, one here and one at Hyderabad, who are nominated for this. That fellow's job is only to, whenever such a requirement is there, he will ensure that the consignment reaches the bus at night 10 o'clock. Morning 6 o'clock, it is delivered at Hyderabad. The bus reaches Hyderabad, somebody picks it there and takes it.
Okay.
So seamlessly it was going on. It is on need basis. It is not a everyday affair.
Correct.
But the bus, anyway, bus goes every day.
Correct.
It is a public,
correct.
The private transport.
Correct.
So that's what we were doing.
Exactly, Mr. Balasubramani, this is what is the challenge. Now, when we talk to the courier or the logistics guys, they say like we need to move it from hub to spoke, etc., and it takes around 3 to 4 days. Whereas my requirement is overnight, we ask for a bus service. The logistic guys or the courier guys are not able to do that. And you know, in manufacturing, at times it becomes, the nth moment that I need it next morning. And that is what is the challenge. And we have used this bus service. But now, Manoj, adding to what Mr. Balasubramanian is telling, do you have such already in place bus service? I mean, two people in your two destinations where one guy just goes, picks, puts it into a bus, the other guy in the destination receives it. Do you already have such services?
Yeah, so we do it within region kind of deliveries. So anything that is picked up, for example, in Bangalore to Chennai or Bangalore to Hyderabad or vice versa, Bangalore to Cochin. For such cases, we do provide such services. But as Sir said, Bala Sir said, it is not the traditional method wherein risks are involved. So we restrict, But we do operate such services whenever it is required, whenever such customers request.
Abhi, there is a requirement. One of my client is having that need, so you will be like a masiha to him.
We'll devise it.
Let's talk. Okay,
Sure.
Mr. Bala, if you are done, can I ask the next question?
Sure.
Thank you. Manoj, see,
Yeah.
this is about funding. When you spoke about funding, now look, one question, one disclaimer is like, I am in complete agreement with whatever Dinakar said about this is too good to be true for a 1-year-old startup. Okay, but having considered and part that accepted this is true, now you said you are a bootstrapped guy. Now with such phenomenal numbers, what were your attempts for raising funds and what were the typical questions that you face from these guys who want to invest? The second one is, what is the kind of investment that you're looking at? Because this is not something, too lucrative or a deep technology where everybody would want to come. This is at the end of the day, what at the moment I feel is still a brick and mortar kind of a logistics business.
Yes.
So what is the differentiator?
So basically, the first question that you asked, sorry, can you repeat that question?
what have been your attempts, okay, of raising funds, and what have been the results?
Okay,
What are the
so
kind
till
of
date,
questions that you did not get fund, or what? I mean, you have not got any fund, if I'm right, right?
no, we have not yet got any funds. We
So
have
what were
pitched.
the reasons of rejections?
So we have pitched to two of the investors, wherein they again said we are too early because the market is huge. So that was the feedback from them, and we are speaking with. So that was with Mumbai Angels, and there's one company called Beyond Seats, and we are in conversation with one more VC who actually takes a little time. Their entire process is 8 to 10 months, wherein first they will analyze the entire data, understand the business, and then they will handhold us in terms of providing feedbacks, suggestions, how we should improve and what to improve and all. And they will see whether their suggestion feedbacks have been taken care of, and then they will start vouching for investors. So these are the 3 attempts that we have done, and two are unsuccessful. One is going on, that is in progress. The questions they were asked, the rejection reasons also.
Are you aware of Mr. Yogesh Tite of Pune, who is in
Yes.
this space? You are aware of him?
Yes,
in
yes.
fact,
In
had a
fact,
session also from him.
yes, yes. In fact, Dinakarji had shared me his number. I spoke to him. So I spoke to him, and he gave me another his acquaintance's number. I also spoke to him,
Okay,
so he
fine.
advised him.
So my second question was, what is the kind of funding that you are seeking now, and what is that for?
So the next 3-year projections that we have done, right? So we are targeting to do. So this year we did 2 crores, near about 2 crores. Next year we are targeting 20 crores, and the projections and the working that we have done, we see that we will shortfall for our entire cash flow requirements of for 2 crores rupees. So that 2 crores is what we are looking at as of now. So that 2 crores will be utilized in terms of strategic network development and customer acquisition.
So is it debt or equity what you are looking at?
We are looking at equity only.
Okay, I'm done. Dinakar.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Sagar. And we are almost at the end of our discussion.
Manojji, I have a question for you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, good evening, Manojji. This is Amar speaking to you.
Good evening, sir.
Your logistics, good evening, sir. Apologies, I joined late because of power issues here at my home. I just wanted to ask you, your logistics are only to the major metro cities or even to 2-tier cities?
No, we are providing to tier 2 and below as well.
Deliveries are from 2-tier cities to major cities, or what time depends on the destination?
Yes, sir. So, sir, actually, our long-term goal is to reach every nook and corner of India. So, having said that, we have to first create our base strong, and that is why we are currently available at metros and tier 1 locations. But having said that, we are servicing tier 2 and below locations as well, but that is through our business associates, which are known to us, with whom we have worked from past 10, 12 years or so.
I'll connect you to my brother in Kolkata. They are into steel industry. So a lot of steel they ship from Kolkata to Bangalore, Hyderabad, and other cities.
Sure, sir. Thank you. That will be really appreciated.
That can help you out.
Yeah.
But good, specialized solutions for logistics today. Have you tried to? Have you tried with FedEx, sir?
Sorry, sir, I did not get you.
Did you try your hands to join FedEx in logistics support with them?
No, I actually started my career with FedEx in this industry, and FedEx is now being taken over for the domestic business by Delivery.
Yes.
So Delivery is managing that business for domestic operations.
Okay.
We have not yet.
It was Blue Dart earlier. After that, someone else they joined, and then now it is Delivery.
Yeah, correct. When they came into India, it was first AFL. First was
AFL, yes.
Skypack.
Skypack, then Blue Dart.
First was Skypack and Blue Dart, and there were some issues with Skypack and Blue Dart, and then they went with AFL and then with PEFEX.
Perfect. Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I
So
had a good
anyway,
friend, Asia Pacific. It's a good teamwork there.
Yes, yes.
so Manoj, first of all, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for a wonderful presentation and very, very inspiring discussion. So as we come to the end, again, I request Mr. Amar Renderji to please give his concluding remarks. He's been our concluder always. So please go on, sir.
Last man batting, sir. Don't worry. Good evening, Dinkarji. Though I joined late, I could understand the specialized solutions that Manoj is doing on logistics today. Much needed support to see the faster movement of goods and reaching them on time. As rightly your friend Bala was telling that overnight services by buses have been a big leap in transporting goods and services to most customers there. I think so. Manoj will have more solutions as he grows, and we look forward for the support from him to logistics, and we'll connect you to more people. Thank you, Manoj, for this wonderful session today.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Let me just take a screenshot of all of us here. 1 second. Yeah, that's it. Also, all of us are there. So with that, thank you so much. And then look forward to next week's Sit Chat, which would be organized. Our guest for next week would be Hemant Nagpal, who would be sharing his solution for accounting, a business solution for accounting as a competitor to Tally and to Zoho Books.
Tally.
So thank you so much. And then goodbye.
Thank you very much,
Thank you.
sir.
Thank you
Thank you.
Bye-bye.